Welcome into 5 Minute Wager, everybody. I am back. Wyatt is with me again. Wyatt, we did pretty decent last time you were on the show, so I'm hoping that we can carry it over, buddy.
Yeah, happy to be back. I believe I was 2-1. So profit, 66%. Don't let me get hot because I'm ice cold at the moment. But yeah, happy to get back on here. Other sports kind of dying down. But NHL is here for a long haul. So yeah, really starting to dive into it. The one team I'm talking about, and it is my home team, Red Wings, red hot right now. So they're fun to watch in the NHL. I might have a play on them in a couple minutes. But yeah, excited to get on it today. Hopefully to stay profitable. That's the goal. But yeah, thanks for having me as always.
Absolutely, man. Happy to have you. The worst number I have on this one is minus 114. So we got some really nice bets going on today. Wyatt, I will let you start with one of your plays.
Yeah, I'm going to start with the Golden Knights and the Boston Bruins, and I'm going to take the under of 5.5 here. I believe that's like plus 100 the last I checked. That line might move a little bit between now and face-off, but basically thought process, this team has played once before. These teams played once before is 1-2 in favor of Vegas, and I think that was a couple months ago, so that doesn't have a whole lot of play. But Boston is... If you look at their last couple of games, at least their last five, every single game has ended in overtime or shootouts. Like they just don't smoke people. They might win a couple games by one goal, but they're not known for beating teams 6-0. The Knights are, but I don't think they can do that against the Bruins. So I think this is going to be a back and forth game. Both teams have relatively decent goaltending. Knights give it up 2.8 goals per game. The Bruins give up 2.7 goals per game. So I kind of think this is going to be like a 2-3 type of game where the under a 5.5 hits. Again, plus 100, this might move up and down a little bit, but I think it's pretty safe. Probably might be my favorite play of the day as well, taking that under between the Knights and the Bruins.
Well, we're going to start off for sure not going 6-0.
Oh, shit.
So I'm going to take the over 5.5. Just looking at the last 5 games, Vegas, those games are averaging about 7.4 goals per game. The last 5 of Boston's are 7 goals per game. Right now, you're seeing, at least what I was on, 94% of the money and 94% of the bets are on the under. So I thought that the over side was going to be the sharp side. And I kind of like going the over on these 5.5s. It's very possible, like you're saying, why they got good goaltending, and this could be the bounce back game. There, you could say that they're due. I don't know. I feel like this could be a high scoring game with the names that they have, but this is a tricky game.
Yeah, I'm just hoping it's competitive, which I think it will be. But yeah, it's going to be a back and forth game. Whether it's going to be a back and forth 2-2 game or a back and forth 3-3 game, I don't know. That's such a small margin of error. So, yeah, unfortunate we're on the different sides on the first bet. It is a pretty big slate, so it's funny that our first games were on opposing sides. But
it's not my favorite. I jumped to that one just because I'm like, I don't want to come back and bamboozle you later.
I appreciate it.
Let's get to your next play, man.
Yeah, my next one is also an under, and I hope we're not on the same one, but we very well could be. This one is a little public. I haven't looked at the betting lines or the betting splits, but I do think this is probably going to be somewhat of a public play. I'm going to take the Jets and the Stars under 5.5 goals. Not again, but I really like the Jets also in this game. I debated taking them on the money line. I still might take the Jets. I'm just worried that one is severely public. Dallas has struggled recently. Dallas has played the Jets twice this year, winning both games 3-2 and 2-0. The Jets are a nice little plus one. I don't know what they are, plus 110, plus 120. So it might be worth a sprinkle on the Jets, but my favorite play is the under in this game. Again, really great goaltending from the Jets. I think the best in the league. 2.35 goals allowed per game. They're also one of the better teams in the league that just don't get talked about. I think they have one of the best records, and no one's really talking about the Winnipeg Jets, probably because they're in Canada. But yeah, just really great goaltending. And again, the Stars have struggled recently. And even though last year they were phenomenal, especially in net, they have not had that success this year, especially not the last couple of games. So I think it's kind of a bounce back game for Dallas's defense and their goalie. And then the Jets are just going to do what the Jets do and give up 1 or 2 goals per game. So I'm going to take the under once again, 5.5. I hate taking 5.5 point unders just because that's very low. But I have a hard time seeing this game go over. Also, might be sprinkling Jets, as I said, on the money line.
Or not. No, I'm kidding. I actually do really like that one. I do really like that one. I agree exactly with how you said that one. Winnipeg, absolutely. I think one, they got a really boring logo, which is pretty bad for hockey since all the jerseys are cool. Winnipeg, no one's going to Winnipeg. You're only a Winnipeg fan if you're in Winnipeg. So they're one of those teams that aren't talked about, but the goaltending is freaking outstanding. You know what? I think Dallas is actually very heavy favored in this one. I've seen a lot of money coming in on them. So I really like that. And I kind of like the Winnipeg lean too. If we had like a bitch play of the week, the alarm would be going off right now because I got a Carolina, Colorado money line parlay. Comes up to -114. So that's a really nice price. And Carolina's playing the Columbus Blue Jackets and Colorado's playing Chicago. So this is just one of those cases. You usually get maybe one of these. I don't think you normally get 2 games where you have some of the best teams in the league just playing the dog shit teams. Just really, really bad. I think they're going to blow them out. You can get the money line parlay at -114. Columbus Blue Jackets, they're going to have just played New York last night. So they're in the middle of a back-to-back. So I don't see either of these teams winning, and the fact that you can get 2 of the best teams against some of the trash teams at this line, I love it.
Yeah, we are recording on Wednesday, and there's a very similar 2-game slate on that today. I'm interested to see how many people are going to be taking the Rangers money line and the Oilers money line on Wednesday night. But yeah, I have no complaints with that. It's hard to take underdogs against when they're one of the worst teams against some of the better teams. So I like it. Might be square, but I don't know. I don't know the difference between sharp and square anymore. I'm completely clueless in the head. My final play, my least favorite. I know as soon as I bet this team, they're going to lose, and that is the Detroit Red Wings. I'm going to take them on the money line. I've actually been against them the last 2 games. They're on a 6-game win streak. So my last 2 games, you do the math, have not been successful fading the Red Wings. They're due for a loss at any moment. They are at home against the Islanders. Islanders are not great. It's also a fishy line. It's only -120 for Detroit. I just don't think people are catching up to that Detroit's good again. And I know I think they're like 7th or 8th, just in that wild card spot in the playoffs right now. But people I just don't think they're realizing that Detroit's good. And again, the Islanders are bad. The Islanders are just not good. So the fact that you can get Detroit at just -120 is a little scary to me, but yeah, they should get this done. The Islanders are allowing 3.3 goals per game. The Red Wings are one of the highest scoring teams in the league, scoring 3.58 goals per game. Just a bad matchup for the Islanders. So Detroit should win this one, but with my luck and with my recent record in all sports, this is the game Detroit's going to lose. But yeah, don't love it, but might as well back the hot team while you can still get them at decent value. And again, I just think Detroit's very undervalued right now. So I see a potential spot to make some money there.
I like that. I feel like we see the Islanders, they'll get these wins against some good teams, but then they get these just terrible losses, these bad teams. They're just so middle of the pack. And I'm not a big Islander person at all this year.
No.
I mean, they have not really impressed me one single bit.
No.
I will take the team that bit me in the ass last time. I'll take the Kraken money line. So the Kraken money line's at -110. In their last 5 games, they've beaten the Bruins twice and the Canucks, which is a very, very, very good list of opponents to beat in the last 5. They have a chance to avenge a 3-0 loss of the Penguins just a little bit over a month ago. They've beat some of the best teams in the league. They beat, like I said, the Bruins and the Canucks, but they've also beat the Tampa Bay Lightning, Florida Panthers, Avalanche. So they're beating all the best teams in the league. But then they're losing to teams. Like they're losing to San Jose. They're losing to these really bad teams. They get a day off before another home game, so they don't have to worry about travel at all. Whereas the Penguins are going to be coming off overtime game, which they won out in Vancouver. They're on a 3-game win streak, so I think the Penguins are really hot. And the Kraken, like I said, they've won those 3 games. The 2 games of the other 5 were losses to kind of mid teams. So I don't think that they're getting a whole bunch of respect right now. 14% of sharp money's on the Kraken. Something's telling me that the Kraken's put a stop to the Penguins surge right here. Penguins, I believe, have great goaltending, but some of the worst goal scoring. So I just don't see it. Maybe 2-3, 3-4. I think it's going to be a close game. I wouldn't take puck line either way, but I like the Kraken money line.
Yeah, I was on the Penguins somehow Tuesday night, and they were down 0-2 quick, and then I went to bed. It was a terrible betting night, so I was like, oh, great, another L. What does it matter? Woke up with a nice little OT win there. But yeah, Penguins, they're just – I don't know. I did not feel a good place in that bet. I just wouldn't feel good continuing betting the Penguins. They're just not a great team. They obviously hockey, similar to soccer, you can be outplayed and still win. I think the Penguins do that quite a bit. And then Seattle, I think, is a little bit on the opposite side. I think Seattle is still a really solid team. It's got the unfortunate side on some bad, it just bad shots, bad goaltending in a couple games. So yeah, I like that. No complaints from me. Do like Seattle.
Awesome. Well, guys, that's going to be our picks for today. Guys, check out some of our other shows that are coming out. We've got Tapping Vegas with UFC. We've got Getting Technical with college basketball. Almost March Madness, guys. If you're not in on Getting Technical yet, you need to get in now. You're running out of time. And then I believe Dropping Dimes, the new NBA show.
Yeah, we don't have a set schedule for that, but we're thinking at least a Friday episode. So that might be coming out the same time as Tapping Vegas. So you might have a little 2-episode Friday. And we also might possibly add a Sunday morning live as well for just NBA. Sundays have become a bigger NBA day that we are realizing, as opposed to in the regular week. And the biggest thing about Sundays is college basketball is crap. So might have a little live Sunday mornings coming out for a little NBA play as well.
That would be fantastic. Make sure you guys are getting on for those lives too. Why need their lives on Monday? They've been going live on Saturdays now too, and now possibly Sundays. And I need to make sure I said that correct. Is it Dropping Dimes or Dropping Dimes? Do I need that G?
Well, the apostrophe kind of adds the G if you want to put a little rang to it, but it's technically Dropping Dimes.
Dropping Dimes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll make sure to keep the dropping out of my mouth from now on. Guys, thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Good luck with your bets. Peace, guys.
Later, guys.
You better start listening to the Better in Green podcast. You will not regret it. Trust me, trust me, trust me. And hey, I'm Dean Blandino.
Welcome to Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? To Better in Green, eh? Listen in and cash out. That's what it's all about. Come on, let's make cash now. We always on spot and we cover all spot from the bottom to the top. Hey, shout out to Ethan, shout out to Wyatt, shout out to Ben. Welcome to our podcast, Better in Green.